Thank you,
Stop, I
Greg.
can't believe he said such a thing right before the
That is foul.
recording
I can't
happened.
believe you'd say such a thing about orphan puppies.
I'm offended on every level.
You know what? That's fair. And it was before the bot, so technically it didn't happen. Excellent. So I think John had to do some things, so he called out. Um, a little bit late. He told me about 3 hours ago, which kind of disappointing, but it's fine. Ren, Aaron, and Pete are all going to be stepping away for some time? Question mark. Pete has a lot of family situation. He recently got married, so Christmas stuff and New Year's is the first year they're together during these times. So makes sense why he needs to step away. Ren has that family issue. Aaron also has some family issues with the loved ones and stuff like that. But I don't anticipate us. What about you guys? Are you guys gonna be here for the next Saturday or next Sunday?
Next
It is the
Sunday
day
is
before Christmas.
Yeah, next Sunday's Christmas Eve, so probably not. Like, I know we're usually on track to do the Christmas Rod game next Saturday, but 1,000% honesty, I'm not really planning on doing that.
Yeah, we gotta hang out with our grandma.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. And just checking the 31st. How about that?
Good work then, yeah.
31st, I don't think I have anything planned. No.
Okay. Well, I will have our little special Christmas slash Yule session on the 31st then. But yeah, let's get back into it. Because last time we left off, you guys had just defeated the goblins in your first battle. Um, After realizing your party was gone, um, disappeared in some strange manner, and seeing the aurora and the accompanying moon and it disappearing, you decided to investigate a falling star while you waited on news of your companions and their disappearance. You rode south. There's a goblin village, town, rather. Met with the mayor briefly. He told you about some pesky rogue goblins that had created different sects around the region and were damaging the reputation that they were trying to cultivate and not doing them any favors. He told you that the city north, which is the city you came from, would not trade with them due to deteriorating relationships. You started riding east and decided to set up a trap, but before you could do so, you did decide that you needed to rest beforehand, which was great because while you were resting, you were able to happen upon a group of goblins and their doge, um, mercilessly slaughtering them all, as you should, as they were definitely going to kill you if they could. You are now here in the field. Uh, you've just taken the heads of the goblins, and what do you guys do?
Oh, you cut me mid chewing there.
No worries, no worries. Take your time. Everyone gets to chime in.
I would like Mir to go ahead and cover our tracks from the fight and kind of like getting from our camp to the fight, if I could, because we're going to be taking these heads back to the cart, I'm assuming.
We're going to use this as a tracking roll.
Okay.
So you're technically tracking your tracks and then just, covering them up, so to speak. And make sure you do your rolls in roll 20 if you don't mind.
Yeah, I just had to get it there.
Nice.
24. Yeah, absolutely. You alert the group of your intentions, and head back to where you had started, and you begin retracing your steps, the subsequent brawls, the footsteps of the goblins, and the prints that the dog left, or the dogs left. The corpses, on the other hand, are a little bit difficult to dispose of. Did you want to address that, or are you just kind of hiding them?
I wanted to go ahead and just kind of hide them and let nature take them.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to use the same 24 since that's a branch off of survival anyway. You do find a pretty good bramble of thorns and high-grown weeds off the beaten path, and you just chuck the bodies in there. From the outside, you probably couldn't see them unless you were specifically looking for them, which is definitely what you want.
Okay.
All right, Patches, Adam.
Is a good quality grave as good as any others? Well, do we continue towards the Goblin camp to continue picking off more forces? Do we go to the store? What? How are we feeling?
You are about right here. Directly south is where on the map you said that. Well, you learned that the star had likely fallen. A bit to its south, to the southeast, you see this tower in the distance. Um, it has several rooms that have windows. There's about 8 windows you can see, and all of them have light in it, denoting a heavy force within.
Hmm.
But now you are pretty close to it. You realize that the map you have isn't quite to scale. Um, there is a considerable distance between where the tower is and where you think that the star is.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think trying to. Actually, let me finish chewing before I do voices. 1 second.
I think crunch, 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 potato chip, potato chip.
I mean, that's valid. If you do it long enough, you just become like R2D2. And then and someone responds to you. It's like, I didn't know that about you. Wow.
See, I don't think we're really well equipped to be able to handle a whole fortress just the three of us.
Maybe we could get a different point of view, so we could see what we're actually working with.
Yeah.
I still think that Desna might be sending us some sort of clue for the fallen star.
I'm with you there. Let's try approaching the star first and circle back around to trying to deal with that tower later.
Sounds good to me. I'm not looking to get any more scores today.
Understood. So, the method in which you are traversing the plains, are you going to leave the cart where it is, or are you going to grab the cart and use that to kind of accelerate your travel there and back?
I think we would definitely like to use the cart.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
what do you guys think about kind of taking a little bit roundabout way there? So
If
that
you
we
don't
just
mind, while you all are here sitting, go ahead and roll a perception check.
okay.
That's a +5 for me. Yep.
I don't know where it's at.
Oh boy. Let me get my sheet up.
Oh wow.
I am abreast of all happenings in this plane.
That is fantastic, actually.
Oh, okay.
That is
I
a
see a
nat
box.
20, totaling 25.
Excellent. Patches, not so much. You are kind of busy getting off the foliage that you had ripped down to camouflage the cart, but both Glitter and especially, or Glitter, Mir and Adam both hear off in the distance the like this rolling, rumbling sound, which you definitely know with those perception checks to be thunder. It seems like a storm is near.
Hmm. Hey guys, it's
Uh,
gonna rain. I think it's gonna rain.
can I attempt to use recall knowledge of weather lore?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
While you do that, what are you trying to discern with the weather?
I would like to pull a licking stick and see like what direction the wind's going, as well as what direction the thunder sounds like it's coming from.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
All right. Never mind. Mir hears thunder and is brought back to a flashback of a a sea wreck that she was part of. Um, that storm was very, very large and very scary.
As you should. The storm itself does seem in nature to the storm that you previously experienced. With your finger lick, the only information that you get is that the wind is blowing from the northeast to the southwest. But you aren't sure where exactly the storm is currently, unfortunately.
Perhaps we should ride this out tonight, and make sure that our camp can be fortified.
I will help.
I will do what I can if shelters are not enough shelter to go around, I don't get sick, and this wouldn't be my first time camping in the rain, so I can you two can have whatever camp we have to yourselves if that's what you need to stay healthy.
I have two 4-person tents. Will that house all of us?
I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
Patches and Adam are big, but I don't think they're that big.
Okay.
Are
Yeah,
they
yeah, they would definitely.
for regular people or for the tiny rhino people? Because that's very different scales.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me see what the thing says. Okay, it doesn't give me anything.
I imagine that the tents that you bought in the city were for medium creatures, and since they can fit 4 medium creatures, 1 large creature wouldn't be too bad.
Okay. So, Mira will then start kind of trying to find the best place. Either seeing if there's some sort of like hill, tree combo that she could be a part of, or some sort of like physical shelter for the cart and horses.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead, and I believe that would also be a survival check. 17, excellent. The The method isn't quite so clear. This is the first time that you've had to do this, but eventually, I'd say about 20 minutes, you do find a situation where you are on the crest of a hill, so that if any collected water were to start, it would likely roll down and not coalesce around you, thus getting you wet. Um, yeah, absolutely. With that, you're able to quickly set up the tents. That they do look rather cozy, and with a little bit of my own flair, I'm going to say that they do have the ability in the center for you to start a very small fire and keep warm.
Do y'all think that we should have a fire?
They can stay up in the rain, sure.
I think it's the goblin seeing that she's worried about.
Seems like a bit of a
Hmm.
trade-off. The the risk of goblins seeing you versus um, being out camping just before the height of Yule. Um, it does, that there's some trade-off there. You know that it would likely get pretty cold with this rain coming in, bringing the moisture and the temperature from the mountains to the north east.
I would like to go to sleep and not be cold. How about you guys?
I feel that we can recover from the cold better than an arrow in the neck.
Okay. Then Mir, I almost said Mirren. Holy crap. Mir brings out the igniter that she keeps on her, and whoosh, there's fire.
Oof, excellent. The fire is very small. However, because the tent is set up in a way that um, it doesn't insulate itself, but it holds in heat uh, moderately. It's definitely much warmer in the tent after about 20 or 25 minutes than it is outside with the storm rolling in. So you do think that given the location, what you've done in terms of setting up the tents, that you are generally hidden. Um, Only people that are out specifically searching for something would likely come across you, especially this far from the road.
Hell yeah.
Mir clip claps over and says, if anybody needs anything, I've got some rations, but I'm gonna take first watch.
Sounds good to me.
Oh well, I guess I'll take.
Me.
I guess we'll take second watch. I'll take second watch. I think it's going to be hard to wake him up.
Excellent. So 4 hours first for Mir, 4 hours for Patches. Mir and Patches, please roll your perception checks. Please add a -3 to it, though. As
Let's.
over this time, the storm definitely reaches you, and it starts to really come down.
My dear Rhino friend, take some guidance. I'm going to give some guidance to myself too.
Very fair.
So, reminds me to my. Patches looks at a random rock and is very enamored by it.
No, I'd say that you are definitely aware that you need to keep watch. It's just that the rain itself is so consistent in its free fall, and there's so much of it that it definitely obscures your vision to anything past about 10 feet. How about you, Mir?
Mine was 13.
13, excellent. Yeah, same for you. Though your vision reaches out about a good 15 feet, though throughout your watches, there doesn't actually appear to be any dangers that come. Most creatures that are fairly intelligent know that the rain and this condition are probably not things that you want to be outside in, which is good for you. I'd say about 8 hours pass, giving Adam his rest before, giving Adam his rest, giving Mir her 4 hour point before you have to wake Adam up.
Alrighty. Do I roll a perception too?
That's right. Yep.
I'm gonna guide
You
you
said
before I go to sleep.
how much is that?
+1.
Oh, whoa there.
Just make sure you put the -3.
That's a -3 plus. My brain's exploding. Why?
Mine too.
-2 would.
If it makes it easy, just -2. Yeah.
Alright, so if my normal perception is +5, so that's a +3. Oh dear.
You see about 5 feet from the tent. It is coming down, hurricane style. You cannot see very far at all. But up until Mira wakes up, there's nothing really that bothers you. The horses are a little bit pissed off, but they're not too upset. You hear the neighing every 30 minutes or so.
Hmm. Gonna probably start by checking over on the horses, making sure they never didn't like get into any crummy junctures, if you will.
They are still reined to the carriage or the wagon, so they are uh, not able to really move too much, but they are drenched, as are you. If you take longer than about 3 minutes, you come in soaking wet. You thought it was probably like a small storm. It definitely seems like this is going to be something that you'll have to contend with even after everyone's rested up.
Okay.
But with that, it's around. Let me see. It's around 8 a.m. When everyone gets back to sleep and gets their rest. It's very early in the morning, but due to the overcast sky, you can't see the sun. What you can see is the endless blackened cloud cover that is definitely providing quite the downpour for you. This is probably the largest storm you've seen since you guys have arrived in this region.
Can I take like any sort of measure to try keeping the horses somewhat warm?
Warm, very, very tricky. How would you do that?
Or try seeing if we can So now I have in the adventures pack. I have a bedroll. Could I like drape that over the horses to try keeping them even a little drier?
Yeah, I would say you're trying to do something very makeshift. Let's turn this into more of a survival, since you're attempting to shield them from the elements.
Let's see here. +3. +3 and 17.
17, excellent. It's very crude, but taking out the bedroll and extending it fully outward, um, you are able to cover most of the two bodies of the horse or horses. This does over time allow them to one dry off, and then two start to maintain a bit of heat between the two of them. Um, yeah, I'd say that given you doing this, if you do have to handle these animals in the next 8 hours, I'd say you get a +1.
Alrighty.
I seem
Remind
to
me
like
when
that.
that comes up.
I will.
Remind me if that comes up. Yeah. Thank you.
Will do. Anyone else?
Are we back up awake, or is it
Yep.
still?
Mir's woken up, and you are just now jostling awake at the end of your 8 hours.
Mir will go ahead and find a nice place to relieve herself. And then she'll go and try and subsist on the flora,
Go ahead and
fauna
roll
slash
that.
creatures around her.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that check. Excellent. Yeah, I would say that um, with that, let me pull that up. Yeah, let me. Excellent. Yeah, with a critical success, you can either provide sustenance for you and one other creature, or improve your food and shelter, granting yourself comfortable living. I'm assuming you're taking the food.
Yes.
Excellent. So you do get enough for you and one other person.
Mir will come back into camp and swing in some goodies, take out the cookware from the wagon, and ask if anybody wants any breakfast.
Adam can have my breakfast. I do not need to eat.
Do not need to eat or do not like to eat?
I've enjoyed a few dishes in my brief memory, but I physically do not need food to survive.
Oh. What do you need to survive then?
I'll be honest, I am not entirely sure myself. I'm not even 100% certain what I am, but I have been drinking water occasionally, and I have yet to feel hungry, but sure, a swig from my canteen will see me through.
Do you produce anything?
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Did you read that flesh warps do not need to eat?
Yeah, I read that they don't need to eat.
Okay, okay. I just want to make sure that wasn't just flavor you took, because that would definitely be not correct. But yeah, if it's in your race
Yeah.
specific material, then yeah. And I would say no. If you can't eat, you can't produce.
Occasionally, if I drink, I need to let that out, but
We've learned
no.
We asked the important questions here. Can Frankenstein poop?
No, I have not thought about it until now, but I guess I don't.
Does that make you a plant or a fungi?
I don't know. Axel is always better at this science stuff, but
Because you seem like a fun guy to
Fun guy to
me.
me.
I'm practicing.
Oh god, that was. I need to take another shot. Be right back. I'm still here, but I'm taking that shot.
Enjoy
Excellently
it.
done.
You deserve it.
So I
You're
would say
gonna
that
go
the
ahead
the meals. What were you fixing specifically? You do have your choice of wild game with a critical success.
Ooh, wild game. Um, is rabbit on the menu?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything up to deer level.
No, we'll be fine with like a coney. It'll be fine. So Mira's gonna go ahead and strip the fur off the rabbit. Maybe they had bunnies on the island. I don't know. But she's gonna take the fat layers off, and put those to the side. Um, and she's gonna take a smaller pan for clarifying that fat. In another like skillet, she's gonna go ahead and crush up some herbs that come out of her spell component pouch, and put them down in the skillet, with a tiny slab of the fat. She cuts off the the meat off of the bone, thanks the remainder of those bones and buries them. Washes her hands, comes back.
If you
Um,
don't mind, Patches, can you please roll a fortitude saving throw as you begin to watch her begin to dismember this carcass? There's some uncomfortable feelings that seem to stir within you.
Oh
no.
no.
You're not a creature that can eat, or you don't really need to drink. But last night you did drink a little bit before you went to sleep, and the reaction is almost instant. The feelings come up, fill your mind, and you black out, awakening to a handful of vomit that you excruciate as you go through memories you can't recall after you regain consciousness.
And I'm
You
accused.
are
Oh shit.
sickened
Everything
too,
hurts.
by the way.
Everything hurts.
Dude, what do you
oh wow.
Sorry.
I guess you just
Um,
really don't like food. You okay? Can I try and medicine check?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
To treat disease?
Let me pull that up to see if there's something a bit
Yeah, that's
more that could be used here.
this would be first aid, I guess.
This would be more of a recall knowledge, to see if you can recall the type of episode that just happened, given your limited knowledge into his specific situation.
Yeah, fair. Limited knowledge.
Yeah, 13. I would say that it's very clear that he is sickened. Um, you try to discern the nature of what brought about the onset of these symptoms. Um, but he doesn't seem to have any telltale signs apart from the things that you've already noticed. The old stitchings, the discolored pieces of his body, but these are all normal, and he hasn't displayed the type of illness he's experiencing now up until this point. So you don't believe that that is the cause per se, but given your limited knowledge on his particular species and what he's been through, it's definitely hard to tell what caused it. But looking at him generally, you do know that he's generally a very stoic individual. But you take in the fact that his hands are starting to shake, and he has this worried look in his eye that denotes a light that he didn't have previously. You see an emotion that doesn't really come off into this figure, from what you know, to be fear.
Go try getting him back up to his feet, see if he's alright with that.
I take his hand and do the best to maybe take an old rag and try to clean myself off. I DM, have these episodes happened to me before?
I would say that if you've ever been in in a proximity where you've seen bodies of creatures and people dismembered in such a way and in such detail that Mir took, that yeah, most definitely once or twice.
I'm sorry, sometimes certain sights trigger something in myself.
Oh, no worries. I had a cousin once. She couldn't stand seeing bugs squashed. It really, really bothered her, and it made her tummy sick too. But I hope you're doing okay. Let's get this and you cleaned up. And Mir starts conjuring water.
Excellent, excellent.
Sorry, create water.
Thank you. It's been a while since I found, well, I hope you forgive the term, normal people who have treated me with kindness like you two have.
Adam looks at his peg leg and the fact that Mir is a rhino and thinks, man, we are not fucking normal people.
By Patch's standards, you very much are. He hangs out with a robot all day.
Mir's gonna go ahead and clean up the mess and make sure that the pans and clean stuff is clean. Um, did it happen to get into the other pot with the fat rendering, or it got everywhere?
You were talking about his vomit.
Yeah.
It seems like he threw up into his hands.
Oh, okay.
In the brief moment that you were actually roll a perception check at a -2, as it happened pretty quickly.
Can I check too?
Yeah, absolutely, you can. Yeah,
Nice.
if you want to do something, I don't mind people doing multiple things as long as you don't wait until someone does something and then they fail and then you're like, oh, I want to do it too. That is called the domino effect of failure. You're asking to do it because someone before you did it and failed. This is completely different. As long as you ask before she rolls, completely cool.
Right. So I guess future reference for the team. Before any of us start rolling stuff, let's all confirm whether or not we all want to check on something.
Fair, fair. Sounds fair.
So, not so much like trying to examine myself because I don't think Patches is. I think Patches is okay. Like some of that stuff over him. Can Patches delve just deep enough into his mind to see if he can remember a specific image or memory or anything from his episode?
Yeah, I would say that given the nature of it, and what happened, you definitely could. Let's go ahead and get their roll out of the way, and then we'll do yours. Adam, if you don't mind rolling that beautiful bean footage.
All right. Instead of minus two
Because they're
fighting
looking for
points.
something different than you are, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. Yeah.
And it was a, what did I say? A -2 modifier?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I got 16 and Mim got a 22.
Okay. So both above 15. The sound that he makes just before he blacks out clues you in. For the first time, you hear Patches scream. Your heads jerk over, expecting something of goblin nature to have snuck up on him or impaled him or shot through him, but no, you see his hands in his face, and he's covering his face as if in terror. And in that quick second, he vomits. Patches, you're trying to recall what happened. Um, Let me see. As you are trying to do that, I just need to check one thing.
Let's go. Would this be maybe a will save?
Yeah, I believe so. I just want to check one thing before I say yes.
Nice. You know me, I had to add a little bit of tragedy to my character.
Yes, yes. Okay. Um, Excellent. Perfect. I do have that up now. Yes, go ahead and roll a will save.
Awesome. This is gonna be a +6. I don't think this is something I can. Can I guide a saving throw?
Hmm.
Oh, yep. Yes, I can.
I was about to pull that up, but yeah, sure. If that's what it says, absolutely.
Yes. Finally, double digits.
Finally, yes. One moment while I pull that up and read it.
Yeah. Although, honestly, that might be one of my favorite nat ones I've ever had, just because it's a good character
Oh,
moment.
yeah. It's like we were talking about with Disco Elysium last night. Sometimes fails can have good content in them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading this thing really quick.
Nice. We've made it to sad boy hours. Let's go.
Woo!
Yeah, absolutely. So with a 24, you do pass the madness save as you try to access something truly traumatic to you. Um, the real thing that you can remember, um, is crying, and um, I would say you hear the sentence, "Don't worry, we're doing this for the prince."
I'm writing that down. And as you guys are just cleaning off Patches, he kind of has this 1,000-yard stare, not 100% acknowledging what you're doing, and he just mutters to himself, "What prince?"
And some there, big guy.
I had a flashback, something about a prince.
Are you remembering you or your pieces?
Adam, I don't know what is me and what is my pieces. I don't know if there's anything to me but my pieces.
They're yours, aren't they?
It's just Adam. Patrick looks so only sad at Adam. I do not know.
Well, they're yours right now.
Just he looks really sad at some of the stitching all over his arm and hand.
Buddy,
Perhaps.
Let's get you clean.
Thank you.
Time for water and prestidigitation.
Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much for him to start to really reek. After a quick ritual prestidigitation and some water, him and the rest of you get cleaned up quite nicely. Thankfully, it's not too bad because it's still raining outside very heavily. So rinsing off isn't really a problem at all. But you get done about 45 minutes in. You take a quick peek outside. It's approaching 9 a.m. And the cloud cover persists into the distance. On the horizon, way off, you do see a bit of light coming down, but you don't suspect you'll see that for quite some time.
If it's not going to stop, we might as well keep going.
I agree.
yeah. The longer we wait, less likely we'll be finding that fallen star unattended to.
You are currently right here, so it would only take you about, I'd say about 3.5 hours to get over there.
Can you ping where there is again, please?
There is right here, just north of the tower.
From where we are at, can we see that, or is it still pretty downpoury?
It's pretty downpoury, and it being, roughly about 4 hours away. Yeah, you definitely couldn't see it at the moment. But definitely getting a bit closer, you're likely to, if something impacted from the heavens themselves, there'd likely be a crater, which you'd be able to see at a distance, just not at this distance.
Okay. Then Mir will go ahead and continue to pack things up and get the horses ready and the cart ready.
Excellent. Anyone do anything else to prepare?
Adam's gonna be helping Mim prepare for travel alongside checking in on Adam to make sure he's not gonna pass out again.
Adam, a little embarrassed and
Patches. Yeah.
Patrick is a little embarrassed and doing trying to do his best to be useful. Is going to try to gather supplies, and we take his axe and throw some firewood into the back of the cart. Not sure if any of it's useful, but he's just trying to at least do something.
If I remember correctly, you very keenly mentioned that this was a covered wagon. So while the wood may be wet at the moment, give it a couple hours and it's likely to be usable. Um, Likewise, the individuals who are riding in the back would have cover from the rain.
Mhm. Yeah. Anyone in particular wanna be directing the horses?
Mio has steered them to this point. They seem to have high opinions of her. She can continue driving if she wishes.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
All right, go ahead and roll the handle an animal check.
Is that
Mm.
nature or survival?
I believe it's nature. Yeah, command an animal.
Okay.
Before the roll, can I attempt to use aid?
Yeah, I'd say aid, and since you aided in it, you'd get an additional +1.
I'll throw a guide
Yay!
away to add another one on top of that.
So 1d8 +1 added to your roll, I believe. 8 is 1d4, right?
Aid is just +1. It's a
Okay.
roll and let me see it. Use your aid reaction, attempt a skill check decided by GM. Typical DC is 20, but DM might adjust DC for particularly hard or easy tasks.
Well,
And relative.
no need to worry. Mir has rolled a 21. That's more than
Okay.
enough to direct these horses, given the fact that Adam did help them out with the bedroll before. It looks like that pays in kind, and these horses are pretty easily to handle now that they at least know that they're in good company. Um, Before you guys make it there, I'd say you are going about 2 hours in. Mere, since you are in the front, roll a perception check. All right. 14. Yeah. From here as well, just because of the obfuscating rain, you aren't able to really see the crater, but you know you're going the right way. You're about like right here. You don't see any goblins coming from the south, so that's great. But not able to quite see the crater yet.
Okay.
Excellent. So I'd say you guys continue to go at the same steady pace. After about an hour and a half, you guys do happen upon a giant hole in the ground. Roll a survival specifically for tracking.
All of us?
Okay.
All of you, if you would like. That's correct.
Alright. Track is a +3 for me. Would anyone like to add any? Would anyone like to join me in adding stuff?
I mean, I just rolled, but
There we go.
Both
18.
Glitter and Adam. You guys immediately know that whatever has impacted the ground and leaves a crater whatever the thing is usually in the middle.
Hmm.
Going from the middle, you do see a indentation in the ground that that is kind of like the track that was made by the Naga, the kind of half tunneled um, earth is definitely leading to the north. You go onto the edge of the crater and you look north. Roll a perception check.
Any positives and negatives to apply or not?
At the moment, -2 as the rain is continuing to fall.
It's an 8.
Should I roll
Action.
perception? Should
You
I roll
can.
perception?
You can.
Okay, cool.
A question.
But just make sure that if you want to roll perception, make sure you make sure you say that you're going to roll it before someone tells you to roll.
Cool.
I would like to ask a question before I make my roll.
What's up?
So the rain is reducing our perception because it's obscuring things, right? If
That's
I
right.
use the ever burning torch, sheds light. It doesn't actually get put out by like water or anything. So
That's right.
if I
Yeah.
hold up the ever burning torch, can I potentially reduce that to a -1 instead of a 2?
I would say if the object is close, yeah, absolutely. But for this specific DC, it wouldn't affect it because what you could potentially perceive is not within the range of the light that it would provide.
All right, here's the roll. Guys, I'm just that nice with it. That's another nat 20 tonight. Wow.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Adam, it
23.
may just be that you're just that damn good, or it could be that you're tired of fucking sitting in this damn rain. One of the two. You look up and you notice that not on the map, but just north of you is a um, like a keep-like structure that has a single light visible from where you are, and it looks like that whatever made this track is going in that direction.
So it's the Goblin Keep that we were talking about
No,
earlier?
the tower that the goblins were in is to your south. This
Hmm.
is to the north, about right here.
Hmm. I'm gonna turn over to Mim and Patches and go. I'm pretty damn sure that whatever carried what fell down here probably took it over to that keep over in the north. Wanna take a look and feel out the situation?
Sounds good to me.
One moment, please. Amir puts the cart to a halt. Um, can she go investigate what's going on at the crater to see if any other interesting minerals are there? She does know that she's got Elisar back home who loves playing around with a bunch of random shit.
Absolutely. You can definitely take a look.
Okay. Would that be another survival?
Right, yeah, that would be just a straight survival check.
Okay. I was searching for investigate.
18, excellent. You search the area And what you were looking for that came from the sky didn't exactly make the entire crater. Um, the crater was likely caused from the force of the impact pushing the ground down. What you do realize is that the track that is made is not a. It doesn't appear to be any kind of creature track. Whatever fell was dragged on the ground, which made kind of like a rough half cylinder indention into the ground heading north. Um, so whatever you could possibly scavenge from this impaction, it one doesn't seem like any fragments broke off, and two, given that you are kind of investigating the area, for it to have hit the ground, made this crater, and for them to just be dragging it as opposed to picking it up, it must be very heavy.
Okay. Then north we go.
All
North we
right.
go.
So you guys get back on the cart, Mir in front with the horses, and you make your way north. 1 second.
While we're traveling, Adam's gonna go over to Patches and like sit down next to him.
Oh, uh, yes, yes, my friend.
I'm gonna step away. If you do need to, let's while everyone's role playing and whatnot. Let's take a 5 minute break. I need to potty.
I'm gonna grab some water too, but that could wait until action after this little talk.
I'm gonna be listening, but I won't be able to speak. One moment.
Alright. Adam sort of puts a hand over Patch's shoulder and goes, "Have you ever seen any other kinds of violence that have caused that reaction in you before?"
Um, a few times. You. Sometimes I was on my own for a while in the wilderness. I would occasionally see something like that the wolves got into. Yeah, when you, I guess when you live in the wild, you can't avoid such sights.
Alrighty. The reason I asked was, if it feels like that's gonna happen in a situation where it's gonna be really fucking unsafe for that to happen, you gotta let one of us know.
If I feel that an episode like that is happening, I will let you know. But it's strange. Those sites can do that to me, but when I'm fighting, the fuzziness seems to go away.
Alright, thank God. I knew this all back when I was handling other soldiers. I knew this kid. Great fighter. Could knock just about anyone on their ass, but As it so happened, all that skill with a spear wasn't that. He, as it turned out, he happened to faint at the sight of blood. So there are some ways of living, but even if we might look like we're good at it, we're just not meant to do. And other ones, we can work through. And it looks like you're the type who can work through it.
Well, it's the only kind of living available to me at the moment, so I will master myself in order to keep you and Mia and those other friends we met, if we come upon them, safe.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back. By the way, this is not in character, this is Nate. I completely made up that thing of like having a specific person he knew that was Screaming. I just figured that's something he would have seen at some point before.
No, that's good improv.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I go, "Hey Mia, how are you doing?"
Doing great. Following this trail with a bunch of horse and cart stuff. Y'all see anything?
Do we see do we see anything?
Do you
Do you
look?
see anything?
Oh, I see some things. I see me.
As you do you see all of it, or do you just see yourself?
I
I
see
see
myself and a few torches in what seems to be this stone fortress.
yeah.
That's very okay. So you can see that. Excellent. You can see the map. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah. Um, yeah. You are at a structure, and you're following the trail. It seems to curve around the building to what you would anticipate to be the front door.
Are we supposed to see the map? Because I'm not seeing the map.
Let me just double check that your tokens are all. Yep, I can. You're there. You're there. You are there. You can't see? Hold on. No, you can't see because your thing was switched off. You can see now, though, right?
Ah, yes.
Take a look here.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah, you get the feeling that this is the structure that you needed to come to in order to investigate whatever just dropped from the sky.
Is there any covered place to leave the wagon and horses under?
Currently, because there's no front door on either one of these sides, it is a pretty good chance you're at the back of this building and currently underneath a large tree. So you look around and you don't see a specific spot that would be better than what you have now.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Mayor's gonna go ahead and tie and hobble the horses and dislocate one of the axles
All right. Very,
temporarily.
very simple for you to do to ensure that this can't be used unless they can diagnose what exactly is wrong with it and get it fixed. Oop, oop, oop. I just fucked up.
Earthquake!
Terrifying stuff. Yes, absolutely. Wow. I think I fixed it. Hope I fixed it. Yeah, absolutely. You get that wagon as secured as you can. The horses are secured, and you are behind this structure.
Can we tell if anyone's like present or if there's any
You definitely see
particular
the window with
intimidation?
light coming out of it, so I mean that's a good sign. Something had to light the torch that's putting off the light.
By Jove, you're right.
I mean, just average intelligence, that thing would have to be pretty, well, I guess moderately intelligent to know how to start fire.
So there's probably basically in Adam's case, he's assuming there are probably some number of people taking residence in the keep. And we're going, you guys see any entrances? Let's try circling around.
Just the window there, and that's it at the moment.
Okay. Adam's, I'm gonna raise the thought of like trying to circle around the keep, trying to see if there's a particular entrance we can use.
How high up is the window?
It's about waist level to a medium creature, so about 4.5 feet off the ground.
Okay. Mir will extend her. Does it have a ledge?
Uh, no, it's a window that's carved inward. So I guess it does have a bit of a lip, but it's probably about 6 inches at most.
Okay, that's all Mir needs. Mir is going to attempt to climb, and brace her hands outstended, at the tip of that ledge, and then clap a little on the side to do a little clap hop, to see if she can briefly use her arm muscles to hold herself up and look in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, and then roll a strength check.
Are we sure we don't want to try like talking to whatever's in here first before sneaking around?
I mean, she's just peering in a window right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to find where stealth is.
Stealth.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yes.
If you found it, it's not that stealthy.
Damn it. Logic.
I had a survival open, so it was a little hard to see it.
And then the strength would technically be athletics.
Athletics, okay. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. With a bit of struggle, you are able to get up onto the ledge so that you can peer inwards. But in doing so, you do make a good bit of noise as you're straining. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're technically over here. You see, and only you see, these. Oop, that fucked everything up. God damn it.
It
Well, I didn't
stays
see.
like it
I didn't.
stays like yeah, we didn't see anything.
I don't know how to reverse what I just did. Unfortunately, 1 second.
I didn't undo. if is there any vague terms you can say? Like, is there a token drop that's not meant to be dropped?
Everyone sees the map still, right?
Yeah.
We see just just where the torches have lit things up.
Excellent. Let me give you sight beyond sight. Well, they can't see it, so here's what I'll do. I'll do this. You peer in, and you see 3 goblins and a dog. It takes a moment for them to realize, but they also heard sounds as you were making your way up to the ledge, and as you notice them and kind of take in their measure, they also notice you, and one of the goblins says, "Hey, what is that?" and points at you in the window.
Mir gives a hasty eep and hops down. And tries to stealthily find her companions and relay copies.
You hear as
When
you make your escape. Let me just roll this really quick.
I was gonna say where Mir's
Nope.
over. Oh,
You
like to
you hear
the
him say, "I don't know. It was small though. What harm could it do?" But yeah, go ahead, Adam.
yeah. I like to head over. I like to head over to where Mir. I keep saying Mim, where Mir is.
Inside, there's goblins and a dog, like last night.
How many?
I don't remember, like 5. They're just in there, in a
We have the
nice place.
well. That means the goblins have some sort of vested interest in that fallen star too, and seeing what happened with Ashi and our other compatriots vanishing, I think it's a good idea to not let the goblins have it.
2 or 3 main concerns right now are missing friends, the goblins, and the falling star. So it seems like if we can remove these goblins, what's the old saying? Kill 2 birds
With one stone. Oh,
Well, are these the
that
same?
probably works too.
Did they have any kind of like identifying like tribal marks or anything like that that would indicate what group they're from?
Not so much. But from what you gathered from Adam and Patches, most of the goblins that are associated with the Goblin Town reside in the Goblin Town.
Okay.
It's kind of how it's kind of how they make it easy for all the other settlements in the area to be able to identify the bad ones from the good ones. If they are outside and there's no like diplomatic kind of convoy-esque type thing going on the road, then it's probably not them.
Okay.
Probably because goblins aren't that smart. So, I mean, 10% chance that it's probably them. But definitely not in this situation, you figure.
They definitely saw me.
Are they gonna side chase you?
I don't know.
Patches is going to walk over to the window Mia was just at is just gonna have his axe. He's not gonna look through it. He's just gonna have his axe ready to see if any goblin runs through the window.
All right.
I'll do the. I'm gonna say I'll do the same. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
because I
Um,
probably should have mentioned I cannot
you
see
can.
anyone else.
Hmm.
Josh, if you want us to see more than those torches, what you would need to do is go into the map settings and put daylight mode on. Or you can keep it like this, whatever you want.
Let me see. Did that help?
It got less
Mm.
blurry.
Yeah, it's still just the circles around the torches, though.
Why? Well, some of this is fog of war. That's why you can't see everything. But
We don't
not
even have
sure.
around our characters right now.
Yeah, that's why. Oh, I know. I know. That's the reason. 1 second. I know what the problem is.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, she kind of unlocked it.
Alright. I'm gonna try whispering to Patches and Mia. I'm gonna say, "I already saw you. Seems like the most likely thing that's gonna happen is that they're gonna put their guard up and get ready for possibly getting attacked. Which means I think we should move fast and try taking out those goblins before they're all fully prepared."
You hear in your mind, not with your ears. I'm
What the
good to
fuck?
attack if you are. Oh, this is something I can do. This is called the message spell. But
Magic's
I'm,
fucking weird.
I don't understand how it works either. But
You
perhaps
hear
I
a
can.
goblin on the inside say, should we go after her? No, did you see her? She was a little pipsqueak. Why do we gotta go out in the rain for her? Plus, there's this shiny rock.
Oh, I guess they're not following you out. If you want, I can message one, but only one of them, and see if I can trick them into coming out. That way, we can separate out our foes.
Hmm. If it's five of them, there's five of them, then I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident we can take those out.
5 that we saw.
Maybe we should assess the situation a little bit more, get more information.
That's probably a good call.
Mir's gonna start going around the building a little bit.
All right.
I will accompany.
Patches shall as well.
Excellent. And it does look like you're filling out the map now, technically.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have where your tokens admitted the 5 feet of light that your normal vision has. That's why you guys couldn't see anything.
Once we get to this side, Mir is going to seek adjacent. Basically, she's to be focused on the wall.
All right, and what are you seeking specifically?
Seek adjacent is scanning an area for signs of creatures or objects. So Mir is basically looking for entrances or exits on the wall that would possibly lead to these. She's basically doing
Excellent.
like a scan of the wall next to her.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, where you're at right now, there's not much of a roll that's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Given that you are right up on the wall, you don't see anything that would point out, given that this is a stone structure, that there are windows, doors. They're apart from the track below you, which is that object that they were dragging. They don't seem to um, have anything of note.
Okay. She's just gonna keep going, honestly.
I will too. Woo!
Yep. The wall continues. You're looking at it, but don't see any additional windows. No doors.
All in all, this is just another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
All right. Who is that? Mir. Go ahead and roll a perception.
Okay.
You hear, why the fuck do we gotta sit out here? God damn it, I hate drawing the shortest straw. Another voice, yeah, this fucking sucks. You
Hmm.
peek around the corner and see the
There's a big old goblin.
Oh my goodness, he is large and consequently in charge. Alrighty.
He does seem larger than most, but he still seems to be carrying the same types of weapons that they had before.
Is there only one of them?
That you can see, there is one of them.
I have a plan.
Is it punch him?
I'm gonna punch him a lot.
Well, if you
Yeah.
want, I can cast message on him and lure him around the corner.
Sounds good to me.
I got an idea.
Yes, Mia.
Mir is gonna cast Elysian Whimsy on it. I don't know how to share this spell with you. But it's a 17 will DC that the goblin needs to roll against.
How much will does a goblin have?
Are you asking me to give you stats on creatures that you don't know?
I'm just speculating.
Very interesting. You're asking me a meta question. Let me see if that would be
Oh, well,
something that is.
Well, you're also still making a will save because of Mia's thing.
Your
Okay.
goblin.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't know how strong a goblin's will is, but it will go ahead and make that save.
It's more of a rhetorical question. Like, oh, how,
Yeah, it
They
was a bit.
rolled an 18.
Okay, that beats it then.
Oh shucks.
That spell, are they aware that you casted something?
It is somatic and verbal, so potentially.
Okay, yeah, let me.
Do you need
Can
me to
I?
see the name of the spell for you to see it, or
Yeah, what's the name?
it was Elysian Whimsy? I'll just put it in.
Nope. They you see him kind of look around for a second, as if something had happened that you're not able to see, but not noticing anything through the thick rain coming down. They kind of shake their head, um, and continue looking forward, ready for a fight.
Okay.
If can I ready an action for if the goblin turns the corner and is about to see us? Can I try like jumping on him and tackling them or something?
I think you're going to do a ready action. Is that right?
Let me review whatever the action specifically is, but I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is the trigger for your ready action?
If I see a goblin come around the corner,
Excellent. And what is your response to the trigger?
I'm going to leap at them or attempt to grapple.
Okay. You're going to attempt a grapple check. Okay. Noted.
Well, if you want, I can try to make him turn his head. And then when he's not looking, we can catch him unaware.
I think we're already about to catch him unaware.
And shall we attack?
Here, cast
Absolutely.
Phase Bolt.
What was that, Mia?
You're just gonna try and cast Phase Bolt then.
Phase bolt, you said?
Yes.
And is that a attack action?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's roll initiative then.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Can I use my intimidation for my initiative?
It'd be hard because they don't know you're there.
Huh. What about crafting? No, how about athletics? Because I'm about to jump into the fray.
Hmm. With an athletics, I say that situationally to use it as an initiative, you would have had to ready an action like Adam did to do something that was athletic. Um, like he is able to use his a few things because he readied an action before initiative started.
Hmm.
Same with a lot of the other actions. For example, I'm not sure which action it was that I saw earlier, but a wizard could use one of the actions to use their I think it's a spellcasting modifier to roll initiative with. But At the moment, no. Since you're in the back, no one can see you. No intimidate. Since you didn't ready an action to go into battle, it wouldn't trigger your athletics for initiative either.
Okay, so let's roll dex then.
Yeah, yes. Let's just roll a dex if you don't have anything else. 10.
There we go.
All right, so in my case, because I'm preparing to leap out and grab the first thing I see, would I be able to use my athletics?
I'd say so, yeah. You ready
Right.
the action to do so.
Alongside the amazing initiative feat, that makes my initiative +9.
What's the shortcut, Ben, for the icon to the turn order?
It looks like a clock. I believe it's the third from the bottom on your screen. Oh, to add the tokens?
Yes.
Control U.
I was doing C like a dummy. And you rolled a 16, Adam. Let me get the. Were you able to update it yourself?
I was not able to.
Okay, I will update that. Still pretty new to Roll20, guys. Sorry about that.
No worries about it.
That's cool. If that was
Ooh, that's a good roll. I'm sad that I rolled the good roll at the very beginning. I wish I could have rolled that on an attack roll. That would have been sweet. What is its dex +3?
wow.
So the three of you get ready for a fight. Mir, since you went ahead and threw a phase bolt, I'm going to say that you get a surprise round. Go ahead and roll your attack. That was a 12 even. That does not beat the AC, unfortunately. It goes wide. The goblin immediately looks over, his teeth clenched. Yeah! I'm gonna kill you, you little fucker! Excellent. And we go on to the first round, which includes them going first. The first one looks over. Gods, these tokens are huge.
These goblins have been eating the Wheaties.
Yeah, I definitely don't like how big they are, honestly. Just give me a moment. Just give me one moment to fix this heresy.
Maybe if it was a hobgoblin, but
I was like, what the fuck? Oh, I see. The objects on the map are what caused me to scale the goblins up. Okay, no worries. I'll note that in my map making. So the first goblin looks over, does an object interaction with his bow to pull it. is going to draw the bow back after notching an arrow and shoot it at Mir, who just shot at him. That is a 15 plus 8 is 23.
Holy moly.
Is it too late for me to use my ability that happens when we roll initiative?
I'll let you use it.
Oh, thank you. I am going to use one of my focus spells, my call to arms. Each ally gains +2 to the initiative rolls, which doesn't matter because they all out initiative us so much, but they gain temporary hit points equal to the spell's level. So you both get 1 temporary hit point.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Excellent.
Bye.
So they will do they will do 2 damage to you, Mir. Thing that you didn't go down immediately. This one curses and is going to attempt to move backwards to maintain range. Calling out to its friend, "Hey, there's some people over here!" In response, the friend, who is quite a distance away, how much distance? Let's check. 120. A little bit too far out of range. Is going to run up the stairs and speak into the door. "Hey, there's some fucksticks out here!" They don't get any response, but they yelled into the door. They're going to. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what they're going to do. It is Adam's turn.
Fuck.
All right.
What is a fuck stick, Adam?
Confused by the question, I become angry and rage.
Very fair.
Alright. I gain temporary hit points equal to level plus con mod. So does that add on top of the temporary hit point I got from patches?
It overrides it.
Aw, shucks. Only. There we go. Alright, so level 1 plus 3 con, so that's 4 temporary hit points. And now, do I know where the goblin was?
You know where the first one was, yeah.
Alright, can you ping it on the map?
You can't see it?
No, I cannot. Right here.
Strange. Can anyone else see it?
No.
No, it's black for me.
Maybe you
Yeah,
have to
it is.
move up to actually see it.
Yeah, like we've got maybe like 5 to 10 feet of light around us.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay.
This is going to be a pretty plain turn. I think my remaining actions are going to be 2 strides. So First, I'll go diagonal and down, right and down for 1. And then I'll start by going 20 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll stride again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, I sure am moving.
You're just angry sprinting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You rush up trying to. You see the very top of the token now, right?
No, I do not.
Okay. Oh, you're almost there, but fog of war is on, so until your light hits it, you won't technically see it on the map, I don't think. However, it kind of knows where its friend is and has been tracking you, and as its action that it readied, it's going to loose an arrow at you. Ah, one of the fuck sticks is huge! That is a 24.
That'll hit.
Will hit. You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, heavens me. Great googly moogly. How will I recover?
These times I'm
Alright.
going to crit. One of these times. And then we get to Mir's turn again.
Mir's just gonna move over here, and that's all she can do.
Okay. And Patches.
Well, first thing I'm going to do is move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still don't see anything, so I'm going to move forward again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure where the goblins are, so I'm going to use my final action to raise my shield. Not my shield spell, just my physical shield.
Right. Absolutely. Perfect. The goblin, who definitely has better vision than you guys in this dark weather, looks over, seeing the entire party this time. Oh no! There's multiple!
Aw, yeah.
And he's going to continue to try to shuffle back and keep his distance, turning around to fire multiple times after moving, once at Adam and once at Patches. I'm assuming 16 doesn't hit, Adam.
My normal AC is 14. 16 is when I have a shield raised.
So it hits.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Because it's piercing damage, my specific animal rage halves that to 3.
Excellent.
I'm now,
Yeah, go
I would
ahead.
like to say, I'm now officially at max health.
Perfect. Patches does a, let me see, -5 plus 3 does a 16 hit.
Normally it would, but I have my shield raised.
Shield raise, so let's do the damage. Oof. 10 points of damage.
Well, it normally would hit me, but I have my shield raised.
Right, but your shield takes damage.
Oh, okay.
How much HP does your shield have?
My shield has 20.
20 HP, and let me just make sure. What is the hardness?
5.
5. So it definitely hits the shield spot on, and that shield's HP is reduced by 10, and you said it was 20 total, right?
Yep.
You see that the shield that you're holding breaks down the middle. It is now broken.
Well, that's not good.
You cannot use that until you get it repaired.
Oh, even though it has 10 hit points left?
Correct. It is in its broken state.
Well, that's unlucky.
But then the second goblin, after doing what it was going to do over there, is going to move forward, jumping down off the stairs. And I do believe it's still in a good range. No, it needs to move up just a little bit more to take off some penalties. Excellent. And is going to lobby a volley of arrows at Adam. That is a 27. What's your AC?
Oh, it's 35 actually.
What's your real AC?
Yeah, it's 14.
14. Since the dice rolled is it's a 27 and it's 10 above your AC, it critically hits.
Oh lordy.
That is going to be 11 damage.
Alrighty. Is that rounded down or up for rage?
That is not rounded at the moment, so it would
I was asking if.
be 5.
Alrighty. Alright. There we go.
And the second, which is a -5, that's going to be 16 minus 5 is 11 plus 8 is 19.
Jesus, it's a +8?
Yes, it is.
Mm.
That is 7 total damage. Rounded down is 3.
I'm very happy that I'm raging.
Very happy. And you're leading the charge, so you're taking most of the arrows so far. You do notice, because I mean they've been shooting at you, that their quivers aren't infinite. They're using a considerable amount of arrows on you. Excellent. So we're going to move on to Adam, who is next.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna start with. There was one right here, right?
Yep, there was.
Is it still?
Can you see it?
No, I can't.
You can't see it in the rain.
I think that's DM for go over and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question. So when I stride, if I move. Well, first I am going to stride. So 1, 2, 3. It's not over there.
Yeah, it's not over there, man.
Down, so I'm going down too, because you have 2 more. You have 25 movement, right?
Yep. Ah, shucks. I don't see it.
The rain is really hurting you right now as you try to figure out where these arrows are coming from.
I mean, can
You figure now that you're attuned to fighting, that this heavy rain obscuring your vision probably doesn't obscure their vision, which is definitely tuned towards more darkness.
Hmm. Guess I'll try striding again. Well, actually, wait. Is it an action to take out the ever-burning torch?
That is in interact with object. I do believe that's a single action.
Ah, shucks. Son of a bitch. Because what's got me irritated is, like, If I'd known that that goblin had moved, I'd have just gone for a furious dash at the one I can see in the distance. But it's too late to go back on that, I assume.
Yeah, too late to go back on that. And technically, just because I haven't figured out how to do the lights all the way correctly, you're technically not able to see the second one either. It's just that torchlight is bleeding over through the wall.
I can.
Very work in progress at the moment. Sorry.
Let me quick review the seek actions. See if any of these can work really here. Alright. So for seeking in like a circle around me, that would be adjacent, right?
I'm sorry. Rephrase.
Oh wait, seek is concentrate, and I'm raging, so I can't. You're right.
Yeah. I was just trying to make sure. I think you're gonna drop
Meaning,
rage. Oh God.
no, I am not a silly man.
I thought you were. I thought you were gonna be a silly man. I needed to double check.
All right, the first action was moving, and I'll need to use at least one set of movement to actually find him. So I think for my second thing, instead of taking anything out, I'm gonna attempt sudden charge.
All right.
So
What is that?
I get 2 more strides worth of movement, and if I end my movement in front of something, I can attack it.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Alrighty. Would I have been able to intuit at all what vague direction the goblin might be from me right now from the arrow he slung at me earlier?
It's to the east somewhere.
I'll take it. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the first set of movement.
Nate. The
Oh,
floor.
hey! There you are, you son of a bitch. Josh, were you saying something there? You got.
Nope,
It was
nope.
very
It's just the goblin scream.
well. It looks like I'm about to end my movement in in front of a creature, an enemy, you might say. So
Sounds
I believe.
promising.
Let's see here. My attack bonus is +8. Let's take a look here. That's going to be a natural 20.
That's good. That's good.
And I believe you mentioned earlier that goblins only have 6 HP.
Yeah. What did you roll?
Nat 20. And my rage bonus and my strength bonus by itself is +6.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this?
I'm gonna be just friggin' charge towards this guy and just hammer fist down on his head and explode his brains out his asshole.
Very gruesome. Yeah, absolutely. A bloody mess in front of the already thickened patches.
Well, don't forget, this is all obscured, so he doesn't see, right?
That's very true.
Ah. Well, I gotta take out the burning torch in my next turn, but that's all my actions for now. So, see,
Excellent. Let's move on to Mir.
I'm gonna get some water. One moment.
No problem. You hear a goblin scream in the distance, Mir, and suddenly silence. Might be muted.
Mir is gonna go along the wall again.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. The wall is your friend. You at least know kind of where you would find the door once you happen upon it. But at the moment, not even a window on this side that you can see. But you do hear there is a somewhat of a battle just east of you.
Okay.
And what else?
That's all she can do.
You used a single action to stride to where you were. You technically do have 2 additional actions. You can also, cool thing about Pathfinder is you can move more than once with your action. You can take the stride action multiple times.
Okay, sure.
Yep. If you'd like to expend 1 or 2 additional actions, you can move upwards to 25 to 50 feet if its base is 25.
That's 1 stride.
Perfect. Yeah. Tiny little legs, tiny little feet. Definitely much closer to the fight than you were before. It seems like it's just south of you.
Okay.
You can barely make out the looming figure of Adam and a pile of something at his feet. You can definitely assume that's probably a goblin.
Heads. Mir whispers over to Adam.
There, unfortunately, is no head remaining on them. But yeah, as she says that to Adam, Patches, it's your turn.
Well, it's time for the horror walk. I would like to use my athletic rush to give myself a little boost to my speed. And as part of casting that, I can now move. So now my movement speed is 35, so I'm going to go 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And
Excellent.
I do not know that this goblin right here is here, correct?
That's right. Yeah, technically you can't see them at the moment. With no additional light source, you can only technically see 1 block in all directions, which is 5 feet.
Alrighty. In that case, not and I. In which case, I'm gonna move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. Hold on. Where was I before? Because I have 35 now. Is that about right?
Seems about right, yeah?
1 away.
Yep. I would say that you can't quite see them yet. You have a block between you, but you can see kind of the outline of something that's definitely not the wall. Can't see them, but you can see kind of vaguely their shape.
Huh. Well, if any of my ranged attacks had only had 1 action, I might use those, but I don't. So I'm just gonna cast the shield spell on myself.
Okay, perfect. Darn it, me deleting that 1 token killed my initiative.
Yeah, so the initiative is tied to whatever token you use to make it. So I've done that multiple times before.
Perfect. So, The goblin, who just saw its kin just be slain, and sees that the group is now approaching it, definitely goes into flight mode once again. He's going to take an action to stride. The staircase is technically taller than he is, so he has to go to this one. But since he is going diagonally, every second block counts as 10, so he's only able to make it here.
I think I saw something.
Yeah, the shape that you saw against the wall that definitely looked quite odd suddenly just moved. I mean, you're not the smartest tool in the shed, but you definitely know that was probably a goblin. So you're on the right track.
I didn't see a rhino horn, so I'm confident enough that's not Mia to take a swing at it.
Yeah. Well, you saw Mir over here.
Okay, good.
But it turns around, loosing 2 additional arrows. This time at Patch. Oh, and that 3 is not going to do it. 17 plus 8 is 25. Minus 5 is 20.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Okay, perfect. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
The first one flies wide, but the second one is true and hits you, not dead center in the chest, but on just above the left pectoral. You don't feel quite a bit of pain from this, but you hear the goblin in the distance start to laugh. It is now Adam's turn once more.
All right. This time, I'm going to start with the interact with object action for the ever-burning torch. Just have it
All
out
right,
in
and
one
how
hand.
much light does that provide you?
It just says that it sheds light constantly, and it doesn't say how far.
1 second while I review that.
I don't know if like torches specifically have a stated thing or not.
— 20-foot radius.
Oh, whoa! Now we're talking. All right. I am going to make another
moment.
sudden charge.
Now, it was couple things. Your weapon, one-handed or two-handed?
It is my fist, so it's
Excellent.
one-handed.
So okay, yeah. I just want to make sure that you can carry the torch. Let me give you access to that. And it's not bright light. It is technically low light. And it's 20 feet radius. Details. Where are you at? I tried naming the torch Adam, lol.
Adam's torch.
Perfect. Adam, you can now move the torch. What you see is what you get from it.
All right. Stick that on Adam and then try both. Okay, so next is sudden charge. So I do 2 strides. Alright, I'll start with the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, looky here. Alright.
Its laughter quickly turns to screams as you approach.
Alright.
I just am picturing like the menacing JoJo's meme.
Yeah. And since I've ended my movement within the attacking range of a creature, I'm gonna punch the goblin. That'll be a 24 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
16 damage.
16 damage. Yeah, absolutely. You obliterate the body of this innocent goblin.
I'm not sure if he was that innocent. I'll let him
His dying breath, he says, "Oh, fuck your mama!"
What an uncouth gentleman. I end my turn.
And for the moment, you are out of combat.
Oh, neat. In that case, make a quick review.
I just patches them with a Adam, do you need healing? I don't have a lot of magic, but I can
Someone said healing?
yes, I can heal. Okay.
I could use a little bit of healing. Yeah, I'm going to be turning off my rage and waiting a minute so that I can get it back again.
Mir will go ahead and burn a heal.
All right. How much am I getting?
I don't roll real quick.
Oh wow.
A sweet 10. That gets me back to max health.
Patches is about to touch Adam with his holy healing, and then Mia's is like, oh, I guess I'll save this for later.
And just picking up the stuff they shot him with, and like, "Who wants some free arrows?"
I don't really use arrows.
You get in total from the both of them 9 arrows.
Neat.
They're crude but effective, as you felt.
Gnarly.
Shall we continue inside?
All right.
I'm assuming there'll be more.
Let's head on inside. I'm keeping the ever burning torch up.
That's super handy.
At the
All right.
moment, I'm preparing in case I see someone to rage and yeah.
Hey, this looks like the entrance, so right here.
Oh, I thought that was more a wall.
Those are the stairs, right?
Yep.
Okay, Mir will go up here on them.
You do try to get past the door, Adam.
Sorry, I didn't realize there's a door there. Sorry.
And at the moment, it does appear to be locked.
Can I check the goblins for keys?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I forget what the tokens were, but I go see if they have keys on them.
Okay. No need to roll. You do not, in fact, you do not see any keys.
I have an idea.
Is it punching at the door?
Yes, athletics includes the force open option. I would like to force the door open. Would anyone like to add on to my big roll?
I can take a swing with my axe to soften it up a bit.
All right. So how do you? Sorry. So I just want to make sure. What are you guys doing to try to open the door?
I'm gonna attempt to force it open.
Okay. You do look at it. It's not a castle door by any means, but it is a metal door. But yeah, go ahead and how exactly are you going to force this door open?
I want to try to kick it down. Would anyone like to add any guidances or other good stuff before I do my roll?
I guide you.
Right, that makes it a +8. Here we go, team. 18.
18. It's a solid hit. However, this you've had this feeling before. Back when you used to handle a sword. The feeling that you get in your foot is the same feeling, roughly, that you get when you hit a brick wall with a sword. There's this reverberation that goes through your leg and sends a dull ache deep down into the bone.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna fucking kill that door.
There was a loud sound, and in response to that loud sound, you hear. There's only one thing you know that's made that horrifying
Gross
noise
sound.
before. Somewhere in there, there's a dog that has answered your call.
Alright. Did we see any windows when we were, besides the first one?
Just that one that was looking northward.
Doesn't seem productive to try kicking it over and over again. Try circle around outside. Oh,
Thievery
You want to try thievery.
to disable device.
Okay. I'm assuming that you're using tools.
Oh, that does require thieves tool. I don't think I have them. Nope,
I will if you can be creative, I'll allow you to try to use makeshift ones with a slight disadvantage.
Okay, then I'd like to. I would very much like to use prestidigitation first. Although
Excellent.
it does specifically say it can't be used as a tool if I use the make option.
All right. Let me just pull it up 1 second. I would say that in this case it could be used as a tool, but there's implied that it's extremely fragile, so it's going to be at a -2 rather than giving you any advantage.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Did you get guidance?
Guidance.
Okay, yeah. I make sure if you're gonna give that, you call that out.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no problem. Make sure you give that guidance. So that would be a 15, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You hear a clicking sound. The tool breaks. However, the door slides up as if a weighted mechanism had been loosed. And on the other side, you see a chain with a rock fall on the ground after the tension is released from the door. The door is open.
See, no problem. Mir just walks right in.
Yeah.
Now let's go hush that hound.
Should we be worried? He knows how to do that.
It'll probably be fine. Head on over and ready in action to rage if like a hostile creature tries approaching me.
I'll already divine lance if I see something I don't like.
Just a reminder, everything within the torchlight now, because it's indoors, you can see.
Okay.
Yay!
There's no rain in here. You hear north of you, Adam, the loud sound of the hound.
God, that is one ugly sounding dog.
And in response, stepping downward, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
I'm having trouble seeing those.
Yeah, I'm just a little out of the way here. Oh.
All right, roll initiative.
Alright.
Are those goblins or are those dogs?
You see 2 goblins, a dog, and a much bigger goblin.
Cool. Zoss, can you do me a quick? Would you be able to move those goblins from the map layer to the token layer? That way we can see them a little bit more solidly.
Looks like they are on the token layer.
Okay,
Right.
because they look a little translucent to us.
Hmm. Well, they're not exactly solid for me either. But let me open up Roll20 as a player and see what you all see. Open as a player. Good heavens, I can't see anything. You guys can see the goblins though, right?
No.
No.
We
Like I
haven't been
see
able
a
to do a whole lot.
But you saw the other goblins. They're on the token layer. What could be the issue? If they do happen to show up for you, just let me know while I'm fiddling in the background.
Yeah.
And my music stopped playing. Very sad indeed.
Like I said, sad boy hours.
Oh man.
Okay, that was fixed. Still can't see the goblins. Let me try to resolve whatever shit cannery is going on here.
So these are goblins that exist, but only as figments in our
Ben,
imagination.
you did the joke already. You can't hit him with it more than once. It's just mean.
Hmm.
Damn it, Nate! I was setting something up.
Very, very strange. Okay, well, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. 1 second.
Excuse me.
You guys can see that goblin, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I will delete that and delete that. And you can see the dog.
See the dog.
I see two
Actually,
goblins.
I just see two goblins too, yeah.
Perfect, perfect. And then the big boy. We'll make him a little bit larger just so that you can tell the difference. But yeah, perfect. So we will go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Have you guys rolled your initiative?
Yep.
I got 10.
Very sad boy Adam rolls 10. Patches, unbelievable 23. 22 for Mir. Let's hope these boys roll something spicy as well. That is going to be quite spicy. First, let me see what this guy's is. That's 20. Excellent. Love to see it. And now the little doge. Not as spicy. I don't think that that's going to be very great, but better than Nate for sure.
Oh man. Does the ready action to rage if something approaches me still apply or no?
Yeah, but from what you've seen, these aren't the type of creatures that go in for melee. Um, every time you fought them, they stick at a distance and try to hit you with ranged attacks.
Oh,
But if
shit.
they do, absolutely. That is, oof, only 14 for the dogo. So with that, let's change this. Okay. Top of round. Sort. Patches. You're up.
I'm gonna look at the dog and just glare at the dog. This isn't worth dying for. Live to sing your songs elsewhere. And I am going to cast fear onto that dog.
And what save is that?
That looks like a will.
Will save. Very low will. I'm assuming a 10 does not do it.
A 10 does not do it. My save is. What did I say my save? 16, I would assume, because that's the Alrighty, so that's just a regular failure, correct?
Yes.
The creature is, quote, frightened too.
Oh boy.
I don't quite know the difference between, looks like a frightened creature flees from the source the best it can. And it takes penalties as long as it sees me, so I'm just mad mugging the dog.
Yeah, you get the feeling that you've definitely started to intimidate the fuck out of this dog.
Now then, the rest of you. I'm going to take out my axe, move towards this goblin, and do nothing else because the fear costs 2 actions to do.
Ooh, excellent. Mir, you're up next.
You can see the big one.
If you can see it on the map, absolutely.
Okay. Mir attempts to cast Elysian Whimsy again. Will save, please.
Will save. Is that the big boy?
Yeah, big boy.
Excellent. Big boy rolled. He rolled pretty good, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he has the same amount that the others have, which is a 5. 22.
Yeah, he saves.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. The larger one kind of shakes his head, seemingly shaking off your spell, looking at you as you use your verbal and cinematic components. You first.
Yeah, Mir just stands there.
Okay. That's the end, and then the goblins go as they share initiative. The first one, being in range, is going to reach out with its dog slicer and try to cut patches. That is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Excellent. Only 1d6 slashing plus. Nope, no pluses, unfortunately. That's 4 points of slashing damage.
Oof.
The other, being a little too far in range to be effective with his bow, is going to back up and try to use the light a little as cover, turn around, and loose 2 arrows. One at Patches, one at Adam. Oof. First one is a 7. Next one is -5. Does a 15 hit you, Adam?
Yep.
15, and since that is a bow, you take 1d10. No pluses. Unfortunately, it's only a 3 for them.
I'm not raging yet, so it's 3 straight up.
Excellent. The commander, however, is going to look over at the dog. It's going to yell at it. Kill them or I'll cut you, you spineless coward! Doesn't really do much, but he felt like talking shit to the dog, it seems. Since a goblin ends its action, with it being adjacent, it can step automatically without spending an action to move. So it steps over here, looks at me, and says, "Come here, you little wench."
Good.
And unfortunately rolls a 3, and even with a +8, I don't think that'll do it. 11?
Nope.
Mir is tiny. Obviously not adept at fighting people who are tiny or more tiny than it. Easily batting that bad boy away. Um, hmm. Okay. It will, since it has both the other actions, it will do a little bit of sword play with a -5. Nope, that's not gonna do it. That's an 8. That definitely won't do it. That's a 5. Yeah. This commando who thought he was pretty badass can't hit the small girl. Very embarrassing. Next is the Doge, who looks at the commander, and then looks at Patches, who is technically right in front of it, and the first kind of human-ish dog, normal dog noise that it's ever made. Seems to be whimpering in terror.
Adam squints and he says, "What the dog doing?"
It technically can't. I don't think it can move towards Patches, right? I don't. Is that
Right in this
or
just
you
a
take a
dash
status
marker.
penalty equal to okay, yeah, it actually can move towards. It's not like 5e, and it just takes a penalty.
It
And
does
which one
say
was
it's
it?
frightened 2.
Frightened 2, so it takes a -2 off whatever it does.
It says it tries to flee from its source, its fear from the best it can.
Okay, yeah, that's what I needed to know. Perfect. So
Dang it, Ben. If that thing ran towards you, it'd be close enough for me to try using a rage before my turn started. Oh, man.
it will, in that case, use its speed of 40 feet to run away.
There goes
Dog,
that guy.
dog's wiser than the rest of you.
You see the dog just disappear into the darkness.
Maybe we'll cross paths again one day.
Yeah, completely back into the abyssal darkness it goes. Perfect. Well, Adam, it is your turn.
I have a question about striding before I start my turn.
Yes.
If I use my stride, I walk up to someone, hit them. Can I still use the leftover movement from stride to keep moving other places?
Hmm. I'm just reviewing that. That's a very interesting question.
But yeah, I'm asking if it's how it works in D&D, basically.
Yeah, I'm double checking on that right now. So I don't see anything that says that you can. The stride says that you move up to your speed for that action. Um,
Right.
so the action of you moving to it and then using another action ends your previous action.
Right.
In my understanding of this.
Gotcha. In this situation, my actions are going to be first re-establish rage. So my resistances go back up, and I get back my 4 temporary hit points. There we go. Second action, stride. 1, 2, and I'd like to go up here as well. It'll be 15 feet. And then I will use my final action to use my Rage Ape Fist Attack to go for our goblin friend here, the smaller one. +8 to hit. Actually, am I flanking him with patches right now?
Yes, you are.
Like any bonus from that?
I believe it's +2. Let me check.
Tactics.
Yes, when you're flanking, the creature is flat-footed and takes a -2 circumstance penalty to AC versus a melee attack from the creatures that are flanking it.
Gotcha. So I still do my +8, but it's just his AC is lower.
That's correct.
Alrighty. Roll to hit. 11.
Ooh,
Not my finest.
no. Unfortunately, with him being flat-footed, it does not meet his AC, unfortunately.
Well, I'm still in position to get started manhandling both the enemies on my next turn, so I'm good to go.
Excellent. It is now Patch's turn. You see Adam move around the goblin into a flanking position. You feel like your odds at hurting this creature have increased.
Stay still, you little ingrate. And I will like to attack with my axe.
Go ahead. Hits.
Whew!
And you crit.
Holy
Sweet.
moly!
Because I'm using 2 hands, would this be a D10?
If you're using both hands, that's right.
Ooh, buddy. Yeah. And I add my strength mod, correct?
It should give you all the details on your sheet. 1 second. I had put away my sheet, but it's fine. 1 moment. God damn me playing so slow. I feel like I could have looked it up a whole lot better. Let me just double check here. Okay. It looks like on the character sheet it automatically adds it for me. Is that not it for you?
I didn't
Because
see it
when I
on.
look at the thing, it says the name of the attack. It says attack, and then it has +7, and then it has the damage right beside it as a D4.
Okay, cool. So I'll do the D10 plus 2.
That's right.
Look at that.
6.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, you did crit, so that's doubled. But 6 was the minimum you need to slash this thing in half, which you do.
So I bring my axe down on his head, brain split out. For half a second, I have a vision of stitches going into my own brain, but I just push it down.
Oh man. Yeah, gruesome, very gruesome. That was your first action.
My second action is I would like to, as much as I would like to flank with Mira, I feel like Adam is going to get more of the benefit from the melee boost, so I'm going to move right here. Mean mug this big old goblin, but realize I'm bleeding, so quick cast heal on myself. And that's going to be a D8 of healing. One D8. Ah, that's not much healing.
It's ceiling.
I heal a paper cut I got the other day.
Yeah, it fills up real nicely. Don't even know that you had it.
Oof. The dice are not in my favor tonight. And with that, I'm going to
You're
throw
rolling
down
like I
face.
was rolling the other night.
With that, I'm going to throw down face down and end my turn.
Perfect. That leaves Mir.
Mir is going to take her star knife and give a heckin' stabby stab.
Excellent.
Oh,
Taking the
yeah.
star knife and skanking the bitch.
Is an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Three.
Okay, 3 points of damage. Yeah, stick him real good in the side. He's, ah, you bitch! I'm gonna kill you for that. It's very angry. What else do you do?
I'm looking.
So just the one action. Gonna leave the other 2 actions.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
could
perfect,
You could
perfect.
hit. You could try hitting it a few more times.
The over-under on that actually hitting is not very good.
It's still a chance, though, right?
I mean, she's really only pulling a knife because he came up so close.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
no pressure. If you want to, that's cool. If not, it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. We're going to move on to the gobos. The big one looks over to Patches, which killed one of its henchmen, and he's going to do a volley. First hit, natural 20.
You can volley me when I'm that close.
Well, volley's wrong answer. He's going to slash at you multiple times with his horse chopper. Second one is a 25 lowered to 20. Second one is a 26 lowered to 16. Does a 16 hit?
16 is my AC.
Meets it beats. 1 second.
Oh, that might not be good for patches.
Oof, where's my D10?
No,
Is it a
not
D10? D8. D8 plus 3. 1 second. Uh, 11, 8, and what is that? 4, 7, 15, 26 slashing damage.
I'm down.
You see patches fall. You go to dying 1.
Alrighty. Remind me how this works.
You are at dying 1 at the moment. You're still technically alive. You cannot do anything. Excellent. If you're still down by the time the combat ends, I'll let you know the rest. But on your turn, you're gonna roll like you normally would, a flat d20. Below 10 is a fail. Above 10 is a succeed.
Dude. Well, I guess I'm gonna use my hero. I might have to use my hero points for that, but let's do it.
Understood. Understood. Ooh, that complicates what this guy was going to do now that you're actually down. Okay. It's going to do a volley at you, who's already down, in an attempt to whittle you all down. Oh my. Mm, oh my. One moment while I look something up.
Oh, you. Well, nice talking to you, everybody.
Here we go.
I'm so sorry. Okay. You're now at dying 3. It will attack again.
Can I use a hero point to
Oh
give
my
it
fucking god. You're not gonna believe this, bro.
that 20?
I just rolled 2 consecutive nat 20s.
Can I use a hero point to give it disadvantage or any of those fancy points from previously?
Remind me again. Do you have a fate point?
Then we all get one.
No, I believe that Mir got one. I know that Garrett got one, but used his. Um, did you pass the lore check at the very beginning for the dragon? Hold on, I'll pull up the document. That would change things.
Maxwell probably did, but Patches probably didn't.
Yeah, maybe I just want to check. It doesn't hurt to check because that's very important. Oof, I did not put it in the document. Fate points I wouldn't give out. Yeah, I mean, are you sure you don't remember?
I
I don't want to give it to you if you're not supposed to have it because they're definitely a special currency that only people that pass the challenges are supposed to have. I do know that 3 people got it. I just don't know, apart from Garrick and Mir, which ones?
I mean, I know Axel was killing all of those society and history checks, but Patches wouldn't. That's not something he's really good
Okay.
at.
Yes.
I know I had one, and I had 2 leftover actions on the last round. Am I able to use stabilize with my fate?
So you'd like to use your fate point?
Yes, I would like to
Okay.
use fate point.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay. That's a bit different. So let's do this. Absolutely. Yeah. You use the fate point, and then you also feel the effects wash over you. Um, you see the goblin behind the commander loose an arrow, and in that moment, you know that that arrow is about to kill your friend to the right of you.
Mm-hmm.
You are currently under the effect of time stop, which means you have 3 rounds with 3 actions each. Um, quick thing to note is that you technically have True Sight. True Sight doesn't technically exist in the game, but in mechanical effects, you can see through walls and you can see invisible creatures. As an effect, you can also see 120 feet normally. So let's go ahead and do this.
Thank you for using your point to help me, Sam.
Alright.
Ooh, it's white.
Who turned the lights on?
You can see the entire area, and not just that. Even though you can't see a way down, you look down at the floor and you can see 2 goblins on a floor below you, and a orc that's locked inside of a cell. Taking all of this in, the same kind of stipulations go from before. You can use these next 3 turns that only you get to do whatever you want, or you can use all the time that this power grants you to critically succeed on whatever check you take next. What would you like to do?
I am first off going to stabilize and heal Patches.
All right, and I assume those are about 3 actions, or are they all 1 actions each?
Stabilize is 2 actions each. Heal is 1.
Okay, so that's 1 round that you have used. Do you have to roll anything for stabilize?
Let me double check. I don't think so. Life energy shuts death's door. The target loses the dying condition, though it remains unconscious at 0 hit points.
Excellent. 0 hit points. You are no longer dying, Patches. And then you attempt to heal it. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bead footage.
10.
10 points of healing. Patches, your eyes flutter open as a familiar screaming sound echoes in your ear, like bad tinnitus. You awake to your friend looking over you, channeling positive energy into you. But you cannot act or say anything in this moment as you're under the effects of time stop.
May I say one thing?
Nope, you can't say it yet. You're under time stop.
No, like
what do
just
you
as a
do?
joke though.
Nope, not even that. Don't ruin the moment. What do you like to do with your second round, Mir?
Mir is going to run around and grab the fucking arrow out of the air.
Excellent. You take the arrow that would have been a critical hit. It's not technically moving, so there's no force behind it at the moment. So you just pluck it out of the air. And that's a object interaction, technically, so that's a single action.
That's one.
Correct.
She will then use a star knife to slash the knee of the goblin.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. And make sure you add a +2 to this. It's not moving.
Okay.
It is flat-footed with an AC of 14, so you hit.
Okay.
You stab deeply into the neck of it, dealing a pretty good blow. You know that given the constitution of this creature, another blow like that would definitely kill it.
Okay. And then she's gonna come around here for this one. And attempt the same thing.
Excellent.
Backside of this one.
You do not get a +2 to this one because you take a -5 for attacking more than once.
This is the third turn.
Oh, on the third turn, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you use your third action in the second round to stride over, and then use your first action to attack. Go ahead. They are also flat-footed. I do believe that they, since this is actually a +2. Did you add that to that one?
I did not add the +2 to that one.
So it's 16 total.
Yes.
Its AC is 17, but it's flat-footed, so it's -2. You hit with this as well.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get the keyboard to do the typing thing. 5 damage.
5 damage. A solid blow to this commander. You know that they usually don't have much HP, but this one seems to have quite a bit more than the normal ones do. But it does seem to be a solid blow. Maybe 3 more of those, and you can take it down. I believe you have 2 actions remaining.
I thought it was only 1 left.
Yeah, you stride it over using the last action on your second round, and then you expended 1 action to attack this time, so 2 more.
Mir's gonna cast Detect Magic.
Detect Magic. Remind me the range.
30-foot emanation.
30-foot emanation. I just want to make sure. No magic at the moment, not even on the commander.
Okay.
But you look around and note that while you can see, there's this sparkling energy that follows you when you move. You can surmise that that energy is being expended while you're in this strange mode that you're in. There's a rock over here that didn't seem to be doing anything until you started this mode, and now that you're in it, as it starts to fade, you notice that the rock itself emanates a bright glow that seems to pulse in kind of a resonance to whatever is going on. And as much as you try to keep an eye on it, the room fades back into its normal lighting, and that pulsing light that was coming from the rock stops. Adam, you're actually the only one up that can see, but in not even a second, Mir goes from in front of the goblin commander to your right, or your left, rather. And she seems to be shanking the captain from behind, like in the liver area from behind.
I'm looking back and forth between where she was and where she is now, thinking it was some kind of illusion. I'm like, I didn't know he didn't say he could do that.
That being the second turn that the goblin had, you can see it like, huh? What the fuck? It definitely knows that it was going to strike true. And unfortunately, that's probably not going to do it with a 7. It looks bewildered as it's robbed of what it thought was a certain kill. Now, Patches, one thing. Was that fear concentration?
Let's check it out. Defense will. It's concentrate, emotion, fear, manipulative, mental. Looks like.
So you do have to concentrate on it for it to remain in effect.
It says concentrate up here, so I would assume so.
Well, that's unfortunate. You did technically go into the dying state, so you lose that concentration.
Hold on. Let me double check this, because school necromancy. Hold on, I'm looking it up because it said concentrate even for my attack cantrip, so I'm trying to figure out what's happening here.
Review the concentration tag works and
Fear, emotion, enchantment, fear. Actually, I don't think that's concentration. This is the spell in archive, so if I'm missing it, let me know. But
let me double check.
yeah.
I was more relying on you there because I hadn't actually looked up fear and its mechanics. One second, I just want to double check.
Yeah, it's cool.
Sorry for the delay. Okay. Um. Oh, whoa, that was weird. I was looking at Pathfinder 1. Sorry.
It's cool.
And that granted fear 1, is that right?
Let's look. Well, it gets fear 1 on a success, but fear 2 on a failure, and it fails, so it should be at fear 2.
Fear 2. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Understood. I am not seeing on this where it says concentrate or concentration. So, no, I don't think that it is concentration.
Noise.
Yeah, it still holds. Let me see. It must attempt. Yep. Does it get a saving throw at the end of its turn? That doesn't say anything about that, so we're just gonna keep it as it is. So perfect. Yes, absolutely. The dog looks over at its master. It looks like he recognizes that they're in a bad place, but that scary man is over there. So it's not going to move any further over there. Adam, you're next.
Thank you for your benevolence, dear
Alright.
DM.
Well, let's try something I haven't had the opportunity to try before.
And just a heads up, yes, I am aware we're past 9. As soon as this fight's over, we'll wrap up.
Alright. So, normally, demoralize and intimidating features require a concentration. However, because of the level 1 feat I took, all intimidation related things also have the rage tag, so I can still do intimidating glare to try demoralizing big guy.
Okay, yeah.
Quick, read this out. Check the exact thing and demoralize. Alright, so choose creatures within 30 feet of who you're aware of. I make an intimidation check against their will DC. I ignore the penalty stuff because of the things I took. On this, if I succeed, it's frightened 1. If I critically succeed, it's frightened 2. Does flanking apply to this or not?
Flanking applies to things like melee attacks where you have to hit their AC. Flanking is a bonus because it makes the enemy flat-footed against you, which means that they take a -2 to AC.
Do flat-footed effects stack?
I don't think so. Flat-footed is its own base. However, you can stack other effects that lower its AC. For example, if there was like a spell that did so. There are other circumstantial penalties and modifiers that you could apply.
Alright. I'll start with my demoralize attempt.
All right.
18. What is his will DC?
Will DC. Do you mean I need to roll a will saving throw?
No, it says roll a check against that target's will DC.
Will DC.
That's me if I have bad internet.
Let me see. One second while I clarify what that means. I don't see a will DC on the sheet here. The internet is very handy.
We're just making our way scaling our enemies.
Alright. Calculating DC's rules. So DC for a given statistic is 10 plus your modifier for that statistic.
Okay, so it's 10 plus the modifier. So with this one, it would be 15.
I did it.
Nice.
It is now. I've made it frightened 1.
Understood.
Alright. Next. Good old punch.
Nice. Good old punch.
Alrighty. He's flat footed because I'm flanking him with patches. Here we go. That'll be a 20.
That hits.
Alright.
He is currently bleeding out of his back, as he just got previously shanked.
Alright, max damage. That'll be 16 bludgeoning.
Yeah, you end this fool.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. He got damaged previously and only had 18 HP, which means 13 hit points were remaining.
Neat. I should have gone for the punch first.
Yeah, maybe.
Alrighty here. Let me quick review here. Is demoralize a single action? Alright, just give me a moment here. I think demoralize is a single action, and it doesn't have any like ramping penalty for doing it multiple times on multiple people. So I'm gonna attempt to demoralize the goblin right here that we can still see. +4. Away we go! Alright. I assume a 10 will not suffice.
Does not suffice.
Alrighty.
You look menacingly at it, and it goes, "Haha, you must be a cook!"
He says at the person who just did like a Bane back break on a way bigger goblin.
Oh, fuck, leader, no! Excellent. Well, Patches, it is now your turn.
Patches looks up and looks at yeah, I don't understand, but I feel I should thank you. Perhaps I can finish what you started. And the little bolts on his neck glow dark and spark negative energy as he summons up this dark looking spear and sucks it at the goblin. He's going to do his divine lance attack.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Out of curiosity, the description said, well, okay, never mind. It says the bolt saves is based on my deity, but then it says it's spirit damage, so. No!
Right
I'm
past
using
its
one of my
head.
daily hero points. Near the end of the session, I'm using one of my
Okay,
daily hero points.
okay.
I just need this, guys.
All right, roll it again.
There it is!
All right, yeah, absolutely, you hit.
Alright, that's gonna be 2d for spirit damage.
4. With that, yeah. With Mir's 3, how do you want to do this?
So this is spirit damage, so I'm not sure if it's established what spirit does, but can we say that the projectile I throw kind of just swarms around this goblin, just ages him until his skin starts to crumble to dust and fall off his face?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what happens, actually. Yeah, you totally age up the motherfucker until they die of old age. Perfect. Well, how long does fear last, my friend? Does it have a timer?
The Divine Lance?
No, your fear spell. It doesn't have a duration, does it?
I don't think so, but I would assume it's like target one creature, range 30. It doesn't say.
Wow. Okay. I will say then, since we're towards the end of the session here, that the dog whimpers, saying that all of its friends were eliminated and runs completely out of the fucking door, never to be seen again.
We will never know what the dog doing.
Never. No. I assume everyone does have to go. It's 9:35. Is that right?
Yeah.
Understood. So, in this moment of victory, you look over towards a swirling vortex of very light but dim energy as it kind of swirls and basically seeps out of this rock in the very center. You begin to try to gather yourselves. And that's where we'll end it. Awesome.
Alrighty.
Second fight down, folks. Excellent job. I almost killed Patches. God damn it.
You have
Well,
I know you have no reason to lie, but even just hearing the phrase "I got 2 nat 20s in a row" is like, this
gotta
ain't
accept.
looking good for
It,
us.
I won't
I
lie.
trust you
There are times
completely.
where I fudge dice. I did not fudge those. That was completely legit. I looked down. I had a nat 20, and I was like, okay. I might be able to kill him with my third shot, which while you guys were doing your turns, I was rolling theirs. So if she didn't bring him up, I was going to hit him with a third shot too. Um, I was going to kill him regardless. I had already rolled that, but rolling the nat 20 on the second hit meant that I got to try to hit someone else with the third arrow and maybe try to turn the tide of the fight. When the fate point was used, yeah, I mean, you kind of see why now with someone using all the actions, why it's so OP. There's just so much you can do when you have that time available. But it was an excellent use, I think, of it, as it definitely got one of your comrades out of big doo-doo. Good job, Mir.
I just had one thing to say in particular because didn't get to say it when it happened.
Zawalden?
If I could keep time in a bottle, then I would keep all of the time.
I don't know where that reference is from, but if I did, I'd probably think it was funny.
I'll send it to you later.
Excellent. Yeah, those that need to leave, be gone. I'm going to kick Craig.
Fuck you,
Can we call
Craig.
this episode? Can we call this episode "Patches Needs a Hug"?
Yes, absolutely. That will definitely be what we name it. Where are my commands?